Lysha, Chris in the room.
Your Honor, I'm a freak bitch.
Is this a case of Mendices having his cake and eating it too? Because when he wasn't with Yandy, was he with Erica? When he wasn't with Erica, would he be back with Yandy? Because if both women carried to term, the pregnancies would have some overlap.
So now that Mendices, no, the voice who was trying to be Mendices, let us know. Fuck, side, marry, kill members of the JBP. I'm gonna go first, and nobody better not hate on my list, but fuck Maul. I don't think this even needs to be discussed, but he just looks, let me not get to. Side, Screen Man. Marry, Joe. Kill, Rory. And I'm gonna just shut up. Lysha. I can't kill Parks or Savon, so.
Well, Nene, you're supposed to say who's next. Who's next?
I called Lysha a name. Lysha.
Okay. So, I'm gonna marry Parks. My side piece to have to be Maul. I'm killing Joe because that's my uncle. I can't have any sexual relations with him. And I'll fuck Savon.
Ooh, an interesting twist. Kiara.
Very interesting.
So my fuck would be Rory, because even though I would not fuck Rory in real life, I feel like I could get some like Say backstage tickets, maybe some Jay-Z tickets if he wants to be nice about this shit and be like, damn, that pussy was good, you deserve some gifts. I would marry Parks because he cook and clean, and he's like, I said he an honorary Dominican, so he an honorary Dominican. I heard he throw down.
Ma'am, that's a white man.
I don't care, and everybody say he cook like he got some black soul in him. Like, my side is Maul because he keeps secrets. We still don't know who his girlfriend is. If he don't, I don't know, but he keeps secrets. And I would kill Joe for the life insurance policy I'm gonna get.
Ma'am, oh my God. Not the life insurance policy. You black widow, you.
Keeks. Fuck, side, marry, kill.
I would fuck Maul because his skin just looks so good. It glistens.
Just imagine that with the red lights.
Yes, with the LED lights, so cute. I am going to have I'm gonna say I'm stuck between the white man, and it's kind of weird for me. But I'm gonna say Parks as the side, marry Rory because he seems like, he cool. And definitely kill Joe for the same reason as Lysha. Because he's Unc. He's Unc for real.
I don't understand why y'all want to kill the
That's Big Uncle Joe.
And I can't. And he don't want to date me either. He don't want to date me either, and I wouldn't want to.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, French, go ahead.
I'm not his type.
You better not fucking kill Joe.
Okay, I would
kill him. It's fine.
I would fuck Rory only because Kiara is right. Basically, there's a lot of partying benefits with Rory. Like, he seems like he's fun and he is toxic as fuck. So we're gonna have a great time being high as fuck, drunk as fuck somewhere, and we're just gonna have fun. marry Maul because he's such a good. He has a good mindset. He just, I feel like it doesn't focus where it's supposed to, but we don't get it together. Yeah, no, he does. Let's see. Side would be Joe, because Joe is one of them sneaky links. He's one of them Turks and Caicos vibes for the weekend, and
Thank you.
And kill probably Parks. I'm sorry. Parks gotta go. I love Parks. See, yeah, I feel bad because I really love Parks. So yeah, let's go with Savon. Savon is out of here. Savon is fucked. Okay? Over
Not
for Savon.
Oh damn.
Not
My bad. Parks is funnier than Savon.
Well, Savon don't even get a chance to talk on that show. All they do is flame his life. I feel bad that you would even kill him. He already going through it with them.
No, but the thing about Savon is whenever he comes on the pod, he be having the biggest piano key teeth, big ass motherfucking smile. Like he is so excited.
Not only that, but don't
they really be coming at him?
Don't we all want to kill Savon when he makes these short as what do you call them? The description shit.
He stopped
the timestamps. Them damn timestamps is a half a sentence. They just basically say introduction and it says that's it. It says introduction and that's it. That's
French
what it says on there.
French wants it to say Joe breathes here, Joe gets up and runs here.
No, I need a little more description. That's all. He be having me lost.
I think he got better. He got much better.
Joe definitely got on him about the description being short with the timestamps. He definitely yelled at him in one of them episodes. I remember that.
Yes, he did. I remember that. I was probably one of the people complaining about it.
Told that nigga, he was like, "You want to get fired? Why this shit so small? What are you doing? Stop being lazy."
No Savon disrespect.
So Savon is out of here.
I'm fucking dead, but it's about time to introduce the pod. This is a special rendition of the Juicy Hour with Nene podcast, the Girls Who Love JBP edition. I'm here joined with some beautiful, beautiful women, as you can see, and I'm gonna let them plug their shit, and I'm gonna get my shit off after, but we gonna start with my beautiful queen, Lysha.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lysha Maurice of Let's Talk Real Talk podcast, available on all DSPs. Just a bad bitch,
Just a bad bitch. That's the vibe.
I'm Kiara Lopez from the Fuck Monday podcast, also available on all your DSPs, and I just came here to wiggle some titties, I guess. I don't know, but
Kiara's starting early. Crystal.
What's up, y'all? I'm Keeks. I don't have nothing to plug in, but I'm Keeks. That's all you need to know.
Period. Frenchie. I don't know if she's gonna go by her real name today, but this is not
okay.
The French Montana.
This is not the real French Montana. Clearly, I am not from Morocco, and I'm not a man. So this is French Montana, also known as French Cold Work. Join me on the rap table whenever I do it on Clubhouse. I don't really do it. It's just sometimes available, but when it is, you do have a lot of fucking fun. We talk about everything, music and media, and that's it. I talk shit. That's it.
We talk our shit. This is my girl group, y'all, and we are here to discuss the best podcast in the world next to the Juicy Hour with Nene.
Yes,
girls
sir.
version, because it's time for girls to get their shit off of the all-male podcast. So I got a trivia question for y'all.
Oh, shit.
And I can't
Let's
wait
go.
to see who gets this one right. Whoever gets it wrong has to drink. I'm I think I'm picking French. I think French will get this question right. But the first trivia question, brace yourselves. What episode was the Spotify rant? A, 368, B, 400, C, 375, or D, 350?
I want to say
French. Wow. Wait. We gonna go in Lysha.
The numbers is playing in my head, so I think I'm gonna go with A.
A, 368.
Yeah.
Okay, Kiara.
B.
400. Okay, Keeks.
I honestly don't even remember the numbers you just said.
I just
368, 400, 375, 350.
I'm gonna say 375.
Okay, French.
I'm gonna say it's 400. I think B.
Okay, well, Lysha, Kiara, French, you're all drinking because Keeks is the only person who got it right.
What? Yo, and you know what's crazy? I could have sworn it was 400 only because I remember they were about to hit that 400 mark, and they always mention, "Are we gonna do something special for the 400 or whatever the 100th episode is?" And they never fucking do.
You thought the special thing was that the Spotify ran?
I honestly thought that by 400 they were off Spotify. That's why I went with the number I went with.
I thought that what they were gonna do is come in there with some champagne and be like, "Fuck Spotify." But
I'ma still drink with y'all.
So let's
still drink with y'all.
Let's do our shots. Well, 1, 2. Wait for Keeks. Wait for Keeks. 1, 2, 3, go.
Y'all can kiss my ass.
That was good.
Okay, we gonna start off right.
I didn't even have to take a drink with y'all.
We gonna start off right with why we listen to the pod. I'm gonna go first because y'all know this is my favorite podcast to listen to, other than mine. But I was at a dark place in my life. A couple years ago, I don't want to say when, but a couple years ago, and I just was searching for something that would make me happy, make me laugh, something that I could engage in, because I'm a media head, so I only watch podcasts, radio shows, interviews, and whatnot. So when I was first introduced to the Joe Budden podcast, I was introduced by my ex, fuck him forever, and he was like, "You should check this podcast out." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna check it out." I immediately took a huge liking to Joe. I went and I started fucking with his music. Top 3, not 1 or 2 rapper. And I just feel like the JBP just gives us, we get everything from it. We get the serious moments. We get the toxic moments. We get the inappropriate, crazy, dark jokes that we shouldn't laugh at, but we really want to laugh at, just not in public. We get amazing content twice a week. And this podcast, I never thought I would grow so attached to a podcast, and I did. And I love going to the live shows, and just the energy is amazing to the point where I have insomnia and I stay up until the new pod episode comes up some nights just to listen to the shit. Yeah, I stay up. That's why I be mad when Savon be dropping it late. Savon, you be dropping it late sometimes. If you're watching this, get it together. But yes, I listen to the pod because it's amazing, and I really love the energy of all the men. I love what Joe gives us each week. Rory with his little sarcastic comments and his broad shoulders. Maul just be sitting there with. Now y'all know this is how Rory be on that couch.
No, Don't do Rory like that. Stop
Maul
playing, bitch.
Maul sitting there like this the whole podcast. Parks with his little side commentary, Rem laughing in the kitchen. It's just the perfect package. But off of me, Lysha, what do you love about listening? Why do you listen to the pod?
I listen to the podcast because I have my own. So I like to hear like a male's perspective of some of the topics that I talk about on my podcast. And I think that the JBP is the perfect podcast for that. Like I get my comedy style, I get my music shit. Like some of the songs that they talk about, I actually have to go back and listen to it after hearing them talk about it on the pod, because I'm not sitting around just listening to anybody. Y'all know I'm a diehard Chris Brown fan. That's all I listen to all day, every day. But if they play some shit, I'm gonna go listen to some shit. So it gives me what I need, and then sometimes it's just like a refresher of stuff that maybe I might have missed on my show. So I take their takes and look into some shit, and then go ahead and make sure that when it's next time it's time for me to record, I got my shit together, because Joe and them done let me know some shit that I didn't know prior to, like, the week prior. And on top of that, having 2 episodes a week is a lot of work, and their work ethic is legit. And I do want to go to live shows. I think that too would even drive me more with how much I love the show. But overall, I listen to it for a male's perspective of everything, because I can't just sit around and be girly all fucking day. Sometimes, you need to hear a man's opinion on some shit. So that's why I listen to the pod.
Kiara?
I listen to the podcast. That's one of the main reasons. Like Nene, I got put on by a nigga I used to fuck with, and it was like,
Fuck him.
it was like, I used to go hang out at barbershops, or I'll be with a group of guys, because I am like not a girly girl. Like, I love joking around with guys. I don't want to be like, I don't like to get treated like, oh, I'm a female, I'm fragile and all that stuff. So they're like my other outlet. Like, when I don't have like especially during the pandemic, not having like being able to go to a barbershop and just hang out there like I used to. But I like the male perspective. I love to understand men, and I love their sense of humor. I personally love the misogyny. It's what keeps me going. And I'm gonna be honest, Nene, I'm tired of the Rory hate. We're gonna get into it later, but I'm tired of it. But I love I personally just like love just listening to them. I love laughing with them. Like, I love when things aren't serious. They like take me out of, like, if something serious is going on in the world, I feel like they're what I can go listen to when I just want to hear someone laugh, and like even hear their experiences. Like, obviously they've grown, but they used to be on some wild boy shit, and it's just like they still on some wild boy shit, but they've also grown up too, as like they're not gonna keep doing the same exact shit they were doing 10 years ago. So I listen to it for the male perspective. I listen to it because it feels like me and my friends, like guy friends, and when they talk to me, I'm very comfortable with that, and I love that type of scenery because that's what I grew up knowing. So I love them for that. Love them for that. But go ahead.
Okay, Keeks.
So I would have to agree with Lysha and Kiara. Definitely like the aspect of getting the male perspective. But also just cause I feel like their bonds are so genuine as friends that it just makes it more relatable. I feel like I'm just listening to my homeboys, like just talking shit, whatever, saying whatever they want to say. And I appreciate that. I appreciate how candid they are. I do like the fact that they do talk about the industry, especially like when I, as a person, I feel like I'm one of those people that did like the boring corporate world jobs. So hearing about the entertainment industry and music industry, etc., just getting that insight is interesting. And I personally love the sleeper section. That's possibly like my favorite thing about the podcast. And that's what honestly made me a fan, because I just love being put on to different types of music. And even though they are friends and they have similar tastes, it's just so interesting with their selections. And I think that's just what speaks to me the most about the podcast. So that's why I listen in.
And lastly, Frenchie.
So, what I like about it is, besides the male perspective, I feel like I'm one of the guys. Like, when I'm listening to it, everything that they're talking about, I'm like, yo, especially even when they talk about women, and even when they call them bitches and run it back and call them queens after, they're like, we don't mean it, queens. Yeah, I call them bitches too first, and then I acknowledge that they are queens after. So I feel it. Other than that, I mean, I'm a music lover. So obviously for the rap, the hip hop, the R&B, the sleepers, anything that has to do with media, the funny stuff, the comedy, the twisted comedy, and toxic comedy, I'm for it. So that's why I love it.
Not the twist.
The twisted shit.
We love the toxicity over here.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
we do.
If my dick don't come with a little bit of toxic, it's a problem.
Period.
Shit.
Oh Lord. Hold on, I got something for y'all.
What do you have?
Oh Jesus.
I think Trey could give me 20 minutes of his.
Would y'all let Trey give y'all 20 minutes of hits?
I heard he pissed on people.
Trey songs?
No.
I heard he kidnapped.
Me either.
If you asked me that question maybe 10 years ago, the answer probably would have been yes. Now,
But
now I'm gonna have to
Put me
go with
in.
Lysha. I'm gonna have to go with Lysha because
Yeah.
back in the day, no, you know what's crazy? He's one of the few people I didn't like, and it was because he was just seemed like an asshole, really cocky. I like humble men, and I think his dick came out somewhere, and I was like, "Whoa, maybe I am interested."
But wait, I do
I
want to
maybe
say
I
this
am.
though. Trey
It's the
Songz
dick
is
for
very
me.
Trey Songz is very nice in person. He smells good, and his hugs are very genuine. Okay, I can say that.
No, but
So, Kiara.
no, but I changed sides. That was like when I was younger, and now I was like, why am I acting like I give a fuck if he gonna fuck me? Like, why am I trying to act so?
It's the dick for
It's
me.
still possible.
I know.
Anything can happen.
Oh no, I don't want to know more. He pissing on girls like R. Kelly. I'm good.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I fucked a nigga who looked
Look,
like Trey
Trey
Songz. Does
depending
that
on
count?
the night, I might be with it.
Yes.
Yeah. Depending on the night.
It definitely
You just
counts.
Yeah.
You look just like Trey.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, Kiara.
Okay, I was trying to get there, but I want to keep talking about Trey. I could go.
No, I'm sorry.
So we're gonna share our favorite story times or anything we had when we had contact with the JBP, and I obviously had a few encounters through social media. I really have to say this because I just want to prove that it's not just me. But on Saturdays, it's the weekend. And sometimes you go out that Friday night, you pick up some dick on your way home, and then you wake up and you're like, hey, I want to play the JBP. So I had tweeted that basically I got my back blown out while the Budden podcast was playing in the back. And it was my happy place. It was my happy place because I didn't hear the podcast. Because usually I've had fucked some guys while the podcast was playing, and I was giggling at the thing while we were fucking. So I knew the sex was
The
not
dick
even
wasn't
that
good.
because I'm paying attention to
wasn't
what
good.
they're saying. And then this was the first time I think that I played it, and then we're like fucking, and I was like, I have to really listen to the episode again. I don't even recall that. So I tweeted that, Joe tweeted it, and I got some crazy ass DMs. So I just
male
wanna...
fucking
so
Joe
toxic.
Budden podcast fans, I want y'all to know, because y'all are some messed up motherfuckers, and y'all be having a lot of shit to say.
Well, I just wanted to show an agreement with the other women here that we have all probably fucked to the Joe Budden podcast while it was playing in the background.
You said you got your back blown out. I
will not confirm or
JBP.
Right. But
Yeah.
you're scratching your heads now. Okay, I see what the fuck this is.
Keeks, they niggas watching. They gotta keep it.
And
together.
I would say,
nigga,
I would say that I have
Single as fuck.
I would say that I got to meet them in the Beacon Theater in 2019 for like their little Christmas run, and it was like a really fun experience. They were all really nice, really cool, and yeah, I would advise people to go to the live show because it's not like going to a concert. It's fun, it's interactive. You feel like you're with your family. Like I just started talking to the girls. It's been like maybe a month or so, and it's like it feels like family because it's like we have something in common, and they're actually cool.
Family.
Pretty much.
So Nene, you could go ahead and say your favorite story of the JBP. You have several.
No, I don't. Don't call me out. I met Maul. He was really cool in person. I like how he called me queen. I feel like he's very sweet and he smells really good in person. And the thing I like about Maul the most is he interacts with everybody on social media the same, from a baddie to a saddie. You're getting the same response from him.
From a baddie to a saddie. That's new.
You're getting
trademark it. Trademark it.
Trademark.
Put that on a shirt.
Yes.
Get your bag.
Ma'am, get your fucking coins
Merch.
and put that on a shirt.
I think
Merch
Trey give me
available
20 minutes of
soon.
this.
Give them 20 minutes, ma'am.
No, I'm trademarking
20
that
shirts.
Shit from
Put that shit on a shirt.
You started off as a hashtag, and that's it.
Period. Y'all know my favorite JBP member is Joe, always.
No, we're talking about
And
our favorite. Our favorite story.
No. I'm finishing.
Oh.
No, I'm telling a story. But yes, I have interactions with them online, and I feel like I'm the wild and free who just says whatever the fuck she wants to say out her mouth and just doesn't care about the consequences that have to happen the next morning. Because child, I've done said some shit, but I've been to 2 live shows so far, and I can say to fans listening, go to a live show when the world opens up. Go to a live show.
Please wait.
It's the best experience ever. The first live show I seen them at was Roots Picnic, and I really liked it because it was a very interesting, like it was different than their normal live shows, and it was so much fun. There were sign language interpreters on the stage. Of course, our comedy style niggas had to come at the sign language interpreters. That was the start of Maul's infamous dick yelp, call me. And it was just all around a vibe. Like I had more fun at the podcast stage than I had at any stage I went to. And that was a whole festival with other motherfuckers, and the podcast took it. And at their most recent tour before Corona ruined everything, at the Baltimore show, they had a full orgy on the stage, like a full, like, no. Nobody was fucking, but
Ma'am.
all the girls who got picked for the Love of Joe all formed an orgy, and it was amazing. So the energy at the live shows, because I always go by myself because I just met my girl group of JBP friends, but I have not had them before. And I went to the show by myself and didn't even know the niggas sitting next to me. I was sitting next to 4 niggas and didn't even know them. And we ended up becoming cool at the end. I feel like we're all an intertwined family at the end of the day. Like, I fucking love that shit. But yeah, that's the only stories I'm getting off that are safe to put on the internet where people will see. But yes, go ahead, y'all.
Go ahead, Lysha.
I don't have any personal like story times like as far as like JBP go because honestly, I didn't know that they had live shows, and if I did know, I'd be at every single New York show because I'm about 2 hours
Busting it
away.
open for Rory,
So, girl, stop that. It's Parks time
Not-
over here. You tried it. Okay.
It's
It's right. So,
Rem gonna
but
fuck
I
you
do
up.
I do have listen, Rem, all respect, sis. I don't want your man. But I do think that like a lot of my favorite moments have to do with like the ecosystem as far as like JBP goes. It's not really like personally with the guys. I mean, of course, meeting y'all was a blessing in disguise. Like I really don't
Highlight.
talk to like my friends for real no more. But
No.
I spend all my time with y'all. But yeah, I think that I might have tweeted something one day about the JBP and boom, now we're sitting here recording the show. So I think that might have to be like my favorite like story time thing was like meeting y'all. Cause I don't really have girlfriends like IRL. It's like it's one girl and we communicate like twice a month. So to talk to y'all every day is a good thing. So JBP brought us together and y'all my bitches. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all.
Love you.
Look at the
We love
JBP
you.
doing something positive for women. Who would have fucking thought?
I'm so sorry, Nene. That was hilarious.
That's funny as fuck.
Who
Mad
would have
funny.
fucking thought?
Keeks. Tell us your favorite JBP moment.
My favorite JBP moment or like real life experience? Yes.
It could be real life or Twitter.
It could be either.
Oh, well, yeah, like the only interaction that I've had with an actual member, aside from me going to a show, I actually met people that love the JBP. And we met up and we went to go see the show in Philly. So that was a cool ass experience in itself. But I went to the Snow Allegra concert in the city. And Joe was there and he walked out and I was like, oh my God, Joe, I'm a fan of yours. And he was like, and I'm a fan of you. And I was like, I know you're lying, but I'm gonna accept it. Like, look at you being a Virgo already.
Shit,
But
I
I'ma
would have jumped in the
take
back of the car.
I'm gonna take it.
No,
right?
no.
Miss Mamas.
Nene, I don't want him like that. But I was like, oh, Joe.
Can I just
You
say?
lied to me to make me feel better.
But can I just say before you
appreciate that.
Can I say before you continue, if Nene could stop projecting onto us, because none of us want to fuck no one on this podcast.
It's
So I just want to
just
make that
you.
clear.
First of all,
but
I am a Christian woman. I do not fuck anybody on the
oh,
podcast.
now want to claim
Let's continue.
Christianity?
Don't be a
Christianity?
saddie.
That's what
Let's
you want to do?
continue.
Come on now.
French, please share your favorite JBP moments.
French got a couple.
Favorite JBP moments. I don't think I'll share all of them, but I did meet the guys. I met the guys at a Detroit show. I went up for the Love of Mall. That was a fucking mess.
Where she won.
What else? Meeting the guys was cool. I didn't expect all of them to be pretty tall, actually. I guess the actual visual from the podcast on YouTube doesn't reference how tall they are, so that was cool. Other than that, I mean, we've talked to Rory before because we're Rory fans, but
I have not.
Ma'am, you spoke to Rory. You didn't speak
You was
to
in
anyone?
that clubhouse room too.
Okay, so we made a clubhouse
Stop
appreciation.
playing.
We made a clubhouse appreciation room for Rory, and the first thing that man walked in and said was, "Fuck y'all, this is stupid as fuck." And I loved it because that's how I feel about everything.
And y'all let
you know?
y'all let the white man talk to y'all like that,
Ma'am.
Listen.
Ma'am.
Relax.
No, Rory,
Period.
Thank you. Oh,
I think I want
whatsoever.
to give you guys another trivia question because
Fuck.
Okay,
Here we
Let me
go.
pour my shot.
I already
now.
got my shot poured. Pour your shots. Get ready, cause
Yeah, let me get ready just in case.
and take it
Well,
anyway.
I'm gonna start talking and y'all get y'all shots ready.
Just-
Okay, this should be a very easy question. Do not answer. I feel like this is an easy question, so do not answer until I call on you. But what rapper did Joe say was gonna take over hip hop a couple years back? He said this rapper is gonna take over hip hop and run it, take it away from Drake and all them niggas.
I know who it is.
A. Megan Thee Stallion. B. Chance the Rapper. C. Benny the Butcher. Oh my gosh, I said, oh Lord. Lysha?
I know this answer, so I'm gonna go with Benny. I'm gonna go with C. Benny.
Okay, Kiara.
Chance.
Keeks.
I'm gonna say Chance as well.
French.
Chance.
Oh fuck y'all.
No, it was Chance.
It was
remember that.
Chance, bitch.
I remember that.
Bitch, I said a couple
Yeah, I
years
remember that
ago.
I'm going to drink
That's why I said
anyway for being a winner. I'm gonna
I
drink.
remember that episode clearly. It was still like in the it might be in the hundreds. Like, yeah, I remember that.
Yes, it was the worst take.
But what has
ever.
Chance done since then?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
No.
Got
Nothing, just-
married.
Just
He-
got married.
He admitted that he was wrong for saying that shit. He admitted that.
Yeah, but he should have went
He
in
did.
the closet for a couple weeks after that take.
Hey,
But-
I guess when Chance went on the pod and explained how he made over $2 million with the 3 hats, Joe thought real differently about him.
No, but I think he said it even before that because of like coloring book and all that stuff. But obviously after his actual first, what was I don't even know what the album was that Rory said he'll never that he keeps
Listen
saying
to.
he gonna listen to.
Yeah.
He keeps saying he gonna listen to it, but that's when they was
Terrible.
like, I thought you said, and he admitted he apologized for his mistake, thinking that Chance was the future. Good times.
Chance is a gospel singer. Just want to say that. He's a gospel singer. Okay.
Anyways, before I start the next segment and hand it over to Keeks, I would just like to say,
I think Trey could give me 20 minutes of his.
Period.
Leave Rory alone, okay, ma'am?
no, this is no Roy slander. We like the Irish King.
Yeah, we love the Irish King.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay, Keeks.
Not you. We.
So we can start now. All right, so I have a question for y'all. Who do y'all think is the Beyonce of the JBP? And no shade to the Michelle and the Kellys, okay? Like,
Period. Because we
no
love
shade
Kelly.
to them because they
We love
are.
Michelle.
Without them, there wouldn't be Destiny's Child, period. Okay. But who is the Beyonce of the JBP?
I got you.
So
I'll go
allow-
first.
go ahead,
Yeah.
Nene.
I have a very unpopular opinion. Well, it's only unpopular if you're these bitches, but I think Maul is the Beyonce of the pod.
Is higher in algorithm usage over the past 2 weeks.
Don't ever say algorithm to me, by the way. But go ahead.
I didn't say algorithm.
I said algorithm.
I didn't say algorithm.
What did you say?
Algorithm.
Algorithm. Don't
Yes.
say that to me again. I'm gonna feel disrespected.
How you gonna fuck up the word and then still be
Yeah.
whatever, man?
I just feel like he just sits there and doesn't say Kiara. He sits there, he doesn't have to do much and still be the star of the show. When we go to
Do you
live
think that
shows,
Maul just goes and says that's crazy and that's it? Like leaves?
let me finish, bitches, cause we got Rory's fan club in the house. We got Rory's fan club in
Know
the
that.
house. I'm trying to tell you, I went to Roots Picnic. It was a gang of a whole bunch of bitches wearing mall t-shirts. They're trying to sneak into the fucking gate to go and do whatever to mall. He at the live shows, he's the sex symbol. He is the silhouette.
Because we're trying to fuck.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So he's the Beyonce. He's the pretty face. He is the only motherfucker who goes in that room and knows how to dress. I love Joe, but Joe, you be embarrassing us sometimes. And Rory dresses like a casual white dude. Parks is the only person who has his own kind of little white man swag because he keeps the all black all the time. But Maul needs to help them niggas dress. That's all I have to say. Maul's the Beyonce. Now I'm going to pass it over to Lysha, Kiara, Keeks, and French for them to shove Rory's for the next 10 minutes.
So, wow. Whoa. That is aggressive.
What I'm going to say right now is I don't like how you thought you knew my answer. Because for me, between the Beyonce of the pod is going to be between Maul and fucking Parks.
Okay,
so, Miss Mamas, you're wrong. It wasn't about to be Rory over here.
Okay, good.
So the reason why it's between the two of them for me is because they be having the funniest side comments ever. Like,
period.
We don't see Parks on camera at all, but he always got some slick shit to say.
Parks?
No, that's what she said.
Yeah, come on.
Why y'all
this is funny.
You don't want to sit next to Rory?
No.
Parks, welcome to where your back is going to hurt.
I'm finished with Rory. He thought we just took a poll on his dick. Shut up. All right, where we at? Big Short.
And when he say the shit, nobody catches it but the listeners.
It is hilarious.
And it's funny as fuck. I can tell you that. It's funny as hell. So I'm gonna give it to Parks for that reason, and Maul for the fact that he just sit there like the pretty bitch that he is. Like he is
the pretty bitch. He is
the pretty bitch of the chat
with
the JBP.
With his green jewels. He just be posted up. I can give it to him for that. He just sits there and minds his business, where Joe and Rory are just loud and niggas.
Maul is the definition of a beautiful ass nigga. That's exactly what he is.
So
the others could never. Okay, Kiara, go ahead.
Let me get on my McNasty Irish spring fucking horse and ride that shit, because my choice is Rory.
Humping? I ain't seen a nigga hump in years.
Nah, my dry hump game used to be serious.
No, used to be. I'm thinking that's years ago.
Like to the point, like I would nut in my jeans and have to go home.
Oh no, don't see that. No,
take that, other podcasters. Dry humping.
The podcast is called the Joe Budden Podcast, but Joe doesn't do well without Rory, and Rory doesn't do well without Joe. It is a partnership that needs to happen. Rory brings those. He says things that when Joe was with his ex, he could never say. And Rory obviously had a conversation with his girl. He said, I'm gonna get my shit off and you're just gonna love me for it. And I love that he is being consistent. I love his misogynistic ass takes. I will say Rory changed my life because he said some misogynistic ass relationship advice on the podcast one time. And he said, why girls always be like, we wasting your time? No, bitch, you knew I was trash. You're wasting your own time. And that's when I realized I had to leave my nigga. So Rory did that for me. And he could do that for you.
Aw. Couple snaps. Okay, Keeks, who is your Beyonce?
Okay, so my Beyonce is honestly Joe.
We ain't none of debate. Top 3, not 1 and 2.
Right. Not 4 or 5 either.
Hey, y'all. Hey, whatever happened at 4, 5, and 6, 7. Hey, y'all have a blast back there. I don't know what they're doing. That's all.
He is the Beyonce, and I know you're surprised, Nene.
I'm very surprised.
I just think it makes sense. It makes sense that he is the Beyonce of the pod. I think without him, I think Rory is a strong contender. And I am a stan. But I just feel like without Joe, there's just like no magic, no spark to it. There's no show. Right. And you're completely right about that. So I'll give you that about your boo. But yeah, I will say it's Joe, just because without him, there's literally no spark at all. I feel like he's the one that's always willing to go off the ledge. He's literally the one that's, I mean, Rory does take us there. I think they all are capable of taking us there, but I think Joe does it in a way that it's noticeable. So that's why I think he's the Beyonce.
I appreciate that. Keeks.
And I would like to say that it's obvious he's the obvious choice, because I said, Rory would be nothing without him, but I do think it's a partnership with all of them. They're all amazing. Yeah. So I just want to throw that in there. But I agree. It's just I'm tired of some people in this room sucking his.
Yeah, I don't do that often, Joe. If you ever watch this, I don't do that often. I don't big you up nine like that. You unk. But I'm gonna give it to you today. And you know, Beyonce a Virgo too, so it kind of goes hand in hand.
That makes sense.
Period.
Go ahead, French.
Okay.
Go ahead. Because Kiara
So y'all
trying to be on her Rory shit.
Y'all gonna
Drop
stop
her little
playing.
side comments.
No, Rory, y'all gonna stop fucking playing with the Irish King.
I'm trying to see where the story's going.
So
that's what happened to the Silence of the Lambs guy, right?
Yeah.
Look what Joe
The lotion in the basket.
Hey, he just scoffed at that. Like, we never seen a white dude do some wild shit like strip foot mom.
So I get bullied into opening my laptop and searching for male dancers that are available today.
They bullied you
in the
that
greater
way?
area.
Your Instagram ads are gonna be nuts.
Yeah. So now
your cookies are disgusted.
And you text Cookie. Big brolic
this is where I need. This isn't the part I needed some safety.
Okay.
Oh.
We got so caught up into this search that when they were judging the dudes that kept popping up in the gallery of who you could pick,
you found a cute one.
I started saying, "Nah, not him."
Oh my God!
Come on, he's not worth that rate.
Better than him.
You got a rough 48 hours. Oh, he's not a stud.
Just because this man comes in there with his New Balances, his crew neck, and his Sherpa coat doesn't mean he doesn't go in there.
Crew necks.
He doesn't go in there and shoot 50 fucking points. His comments are funny as fuck and toxic. He literally
might shoot 47.
He actually talks the way any man would talk to a woman if women's feelings wouldn't get hurt easily. But it's Rory for me. Rory demands the attention.
And I just want to say,
sorry,
French. But I just want to say that what you said about his dress code, because if he would have walked in that room dressed like a black man from the Bronx, y'all would be like, oh, he's cultural appropriate. He's dressed the way he's supposed to, like a white man.
And you know what? Rory is his own person. He's not trying to be like nobody. He's not trying to assimilate anybody else in the room or any of his friends or anything. Rory demands your attention, not by what he's wearing, not by how, but the way he carries himself and what he comes out of his mouth. Basically, what comes out of his mouth is what we would all like to hear if we could take the truth, but we can't.
French.
I don't agree with that.
Hit it in the nail. Hit it in the nail.
Now, since we proved you wrong, what do you have to say for yourself, ma'am?
Maul and Joe are the Beyoncés of the pod. Y'all keep shooting my black kings.
Just so you know, Nene, what you said about Maul, he has beautiful skin. I'll probably slip the shit out of his dick. It looks soft, but
Whoa.
But
we do want to
Beyonce's a hard worker, and Maul does not work hard enough. So until he starts designing,
girl, yes he does. He just
he sits in that chair. He should be designing apparel since he's a fashionista. He should be doing something in the set design, like something. You not all you do is come in there with your lilac skin and keep talking about you don't got bitches. I'm tired of it. Tell us the hoes you got.
And his new Jordans or dunks that came out or whatever. Yeah.
No Maul slander while I'm here. I'm gonna just tell you.
I love Maul. Okay. I love Maul.
I fuck with Maul to an extent.
We love Maul. We just love Rory more.
Period.
No, I
the
wouldn't say
white
that
man more than y'all love the black man. Ooh. Child, but let me
Hold
go
on.
ahead and log out.
Don't do that.
I'm not allowing Nene to slander me like this.
Right. I don't like that either.
Okay.
I don't like how she's making it seem like we only love white men. Like, what?
Right. I want to say this. I want to say this. They're all so important to the pod. Like, they play such crucial roles. Like Lysha said, Parks with his random ass little one-liners in the cut. Rory, he literally holds it together. I think Rory's the glue, but I think Joe is the spark. And then Maul, he just look good. He do what he gotta do. And without Maul, Joe wouldn't be as funny as he is without Maul.
Yeah,
I personally think he was the missing link. He was the missing piece to the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
Because listening,
I will say that.
Oh, sorry, Keeks.
No, you're good. You're
but
good.
Thinking about how it was, the format they had when it was I'll name this podcast later before they had Maul and the switch to Spotify and it being the Joe Budden podcast.
You can feel
Maul
the switch.
Really did, yeah. Maul really did he brought them together. So I do appreciate him.
So he's the Beyonce.
I'm not gonna.
I
gave Maul his flowers, ma'am.
We gave Maul. I gave Maul his flowers when I was trying to.
We not
for the love of Maul. So,
but you gotta also understand.
What? When I was trying to, but it's just love.
But you also gotta understand too, when you call us the Rory Hive, that when Rory had COVID and they were doing him with Zoom and shit like that, it felt really discombobulated that he wasn't actually in the room with him, which is why we did the Clubhouse room with him, because it just felt off to us that he wasn't there. Now, I'm not giving him the Beyonce trophy. It's still going to go to between Parks and Maul, but Rory does have that comedy style that we need on the podcast every week.
He does.
Which is why we did the appreciation room. Miss Maya.
Rory has beautiful skin. He's hilarious and he's an amazing part to the pod. I'll give him his flowers, hand out some flowers. I don't hate Rory and I don't like this narrative y'all trying to perpetuate.
You created this narrative yourself.
No, I didn't. Now y'all know.
You literally tell us the Rory Hive, blah, 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 blah. Y'all love Rory.
But do you guys present yourselves to be anything other than?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I've made it known from day one that it's
just presented myself
as a different for years.
Okay, y'all.
Okay, so this next segment is called Your Favorite Beef Moment. And I have one moment that I can think of. And literally all I can say is,
any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Period. Okay? So my favorite beef moment is when Joe went on a rant about Sway Lee's song with Drake.
Yo, all right, let's talk about it, man. Because I'm sick of it. Enough of this.
Well, hold on. For those that don't know and didn't listen to last episode, we were a bit critical, except for Maul. Maul said he absolutely loved it. Maul said
that shit was ass, nigga. Hey, Sway Lee, hear me and hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks with Drake at the end of the fucking summer. The fuck are you on?
And he was saying that Sway Lee has been so busy with his girlfriend fighting her and cheating every night, that he has not been in the studio doing what he's supposed to do. So Joe went on a rant, and one of the things that I can remember is him saying, Sway Lee, hear me once and hear me good. That shit was nothing but a 2-pack of ass.
Do the Joe voice, please.
No, I can't do my Joe voice because it's so ugly. But yeah, the 2-pack of ass, you got it. That's the fucking favorite beef. And then Sway Lee actually responding to him.
So this nigga decides to get on his little podcast. Veins popping out his head. Screaming, spitting and shit. Talking about my singles was trash. My nigga, them songs is straight heat, boy, international. And I know that for a fact, so I don't need your opinion on my song, Joe Budden. I don't need your opinion on my songs, you feel me? That song wasn't written about you. It wasn't written for you. It wasn't written in mind of you.
Looking stressed, talking about some Joe. I just want to say, rolling up his blunt, I just want to say that wasn't for you. I know that I'm not your, yeah, man. Cut it the fuck out. That's my favorite beef.
I'll go next. My favorite beef, I guess you could say, this wasn't really a pod beef, but the Migos moment was hilarious.
Y'all move as a collective.
All right, we got to wrap this up, though.
Okay. My bad. Happy trying to jump.
I couldn't
wrap
hear
it up
anything
then.
over there too. Close it.
Close it.
Hey, listen, man. I wish I could talk to the Migos longer, man. It's one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad they succeeded, man.
Hey, man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
Hold on. Wait. No. Wait.
The whole episode where Joe sat with Maul and Rory and described that fucking what happened from morning to fucking that shit happening, like it was fucking crazy. Like I just remember him like, I met them at the mall and it was cool, but then it was all that, and then listening to that and then watching the video of the whole altercation just makes it so much more funny, because it's like, Joe just really wanted to walk off because he ain't want to look like a groupie like academics look like, and they turned it into some shit like on a red carpet with a whole bunch of niggas. Everybody cool now, so we squashed the beef, but that shit was so fucking funny. And I want to add in an honorary one. This doesn't really count as beef, but just everything that Pusha episode did was legendary.
Yes.
Like,
yes,
that shit had the blog sites in an uproar.
Crazy. Yes.
Best episode ever. That's in my top 5 of JBP episodes
ever.
Down to production, lighting, Joe's pants, Lord Jesus, but Maul looked good. No, do you remember what Joe was wearing?
Yes.
He was wearing
some
like
bullshit.
some sweatpants that were like jeans. It was so embarrassing. I got secondhand embarrassment.
Secondhand embarrassment.
That's a real thing. Honestly.
Like, what is this nigga wearing? But best one, Lysha, what's your favorite beef moment?
My favorite beef moment, honestly, would have to be the Drake shit. Like,
I think that kid on that album that I heard sounds real fucking uninspired. That's what I think. I think that music is real good. You can't fool a real nigga. You can fool them. You can fool the people that are not paying attention. That music sounds good and I enjoy it. I played that album all the way to DC and all the way back multiple times.
Like, it got me back listening to the pod after taking what felt like a 70 episode break and just hearing how passionate Joe was and him explaining it. Look, this nigga took shots at me and y'all don't get it because y'all don't know what the fuck be going on. And nobody actually understanding it, and them being like, yo, you was shadowboxing. Like, you wasn't really talking to this man for real. He didn't respond to you, none of that shit. But it just showed me how like passionate Joe really was at the time about like, you know, his past relationship with Drake and shit like that. So it was my top beef, and honorable mention will probably go to the Nicki interview in general, like the Queen Radio and like her coming on the pod in general, because her talking about fucking Rory with a broom is hilarious. Fucking hilarious, bro. So I'm gonna give it to Young Money with that shit. Like that shit was hilarious. Between Nicki and Drake, those are my two favorite fucking beefs. Cause if it wasn't for that shit, I probably would not be here. If it wasn't for that shit, I probably would not be here, honestly, truthfully. But that shit, it was hilarious. I'm gonna get into that.
Kiara.
So my favorite beef is the one with Eminem.
You right, you not like me, M. I don't move nowhere without my niggas. When I make a bag, my niggas make the bag. I'm looking around at niggas close to niggas. I'm not judging niggas as rappers no more. I'm past that. I'm retired, baby. I'm judging niggas as men. What kind of man are you? Don't tell me on your album how much you love D12. When I look at Bizarre, he don't look like he's doing very well.
There's never, he's always brought him up and there's been some underlining tension, but when he did, I don't know, was it Kamikaze? I don't know what album that was. And he did his whole spiel about, you know, just about integrity. Like, I know it's a funny ass speech, but it really motivates me to make sure I do things like the right way. So that's why I love that beef, because I have that clipped on my phone as just like a moment I could just always listen to. And he talks about B-Dot being rather lathered and Bizarre not looking so good. Like that shit, that shit really always tugs at my heartstrings. Like, Kiara, you gotta do right by your friends. So
is that when they played the Bizarre song a million fucking times?
Yeah, so bizarre.
How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre.
But that's why that's my favorite beef. I would say my one of my favorite like interview beefs that didn't involve them, that there was a part of, was what Nene mentioned, was the Pusha T one. Like it was a part of history. It was like a segment in history where it's like different parts. There's songs, there's interviews. The interview replied to Drake's interview with LeBron James. The Thanos and Pusha in that interview, him exposing like 40, like, oh my God. Like, it was just like one of those interviews. Like, it was like the evil villain came and just like, I want to see the world burn. And I love that shit.
I love it.
Pusha exposing 40 was like some shit. Like when I heard him say 40's name, I was like, ugh, not your right hand man. God damn. That shit was crazy.
Can I add that Pusha T actually going in there and saying that Drake, after they said, well, Drake said that he would smack you up, or whatever the fuck that little line was from LeBron's show, he was like, yeah, let's just say something. He doesn't believe it. Like him whispering to us, he doesn't believe that. It was hilarious.
He could have left out that little one spicy line.
Come on.
That I won't mention it.
Let's not even.
I'm not.
Let's not.
But when I heard it, I was like, that didn't need to be there. That says there's some anger there still. Okay.
Because we don't.
This nigga wish
we don't.
Well, what he's saying is true.
We don't.
I agree.
What he's saying is true.
We don't. Like, but I'm saying, like, I'm just looking at it and I'm watching. I'm like, man, somebody may think that I'm in danger. Somebody may think that, oh, you know, there is some crazy. He did this crazy research, in which he did. And let me tell you, even about that research didn't come back with nothing. As a matter of fact, they taped the conversations and gave them to me.
Let me just
play them if you want.
When all this stuff was happening,
because I got them.
I said,
it's hilarious. I love Pusha T. That's all I can say. I love Pusha T.
Me too.
Keeks.
For me, I would think that I want to say the Joe Budden addressing Charlemagne.
I'm on the phone with Charlemagne listening to my brother fight for oppression. It don't make sense. And he don't even see it still. It bothers me when I have to waste time to turn around and explain some shit to somebody that's bright. But fine, let's do it. Charlemagne, they ushered your ass right out of the HBO doors. Why? According to you, for something you didn't do. That's oppression. That's what happens when you don't have your own. We're not fighting the same fight at all.
Just because they are peers in the industry, I just felt like it was one of the, not the few times, but one of the times where I really agreed with Joe and him kind of sunning the fuck out of Charlemagne and telling him like, you know what, like you ain't me and I ain't you, like there's a difference at the end of the day, and I'm letting you fucking know that. I just fucked with Joe's demeanor the entire time. I felt like, you know, the lines were stated and just it wasn't blurred anymore. I felt like Joe just went off and he was ready to just go to war for it, I guess. I don't know, but he was just on point that day. So I feel like that's one of my favorite beefs aside from the Migos shit. Because the Migos thing, I don't know, like I still reference to it to this day. I use that little gif of the people looking in the crowd like,
what's going on? That would have been me if I was like, I love shit.
Oh, what's going on? And yo, I laugh every single time I see Joe drop the mic. Like just him.
But he was over that shit and
he was so dramatic.
But
I loved it. It was so diva of him. I loved it. I was like, wow, like you are such a fucking diva.
Didn't he kind of murmur like, fuck this, man? Like,
yeah, he was just like,
fuck this.
He was over it. He said, yo, wrap it up then. And Ack looked like he was just such in fangirl mode that Joe was like, yo, I'm out of this shit. Like, I don't, like, the interview's over.
But the way he sunned Charlemagne was crazy.
I love the Charlemagne situation because I feel like, especially because it felt really uncomfortable, like Maul and Charlemagne got beef for some reason that Envy don't like Rory, and it's just like, personally for me, I understand that media, you got to kind of be friendly with people, but I kind of felt like Maul and Rory don't really got an issue with them and they're finding a reason not to like them, and it was just like really weird, and I kind of felt like Joe didn't defend them as much, and I feel like once they became Joe be putting into the mix, and I do feel like Charlemagne had a lot to do with the Joe smear campaign that happened. It was just really cool that now me and my team are on one page, and then I believe Joe is still cool with Angela and Envy, but it just felt like they always had an underlying tension with the Joe Budden podcast, and I feel like it was a low-key hate, like that's how I feel like the underlining like weird shit started happening, because it's just like I feel like they only work together like, oh, let's get this check. Like it didn't feel genuine sometimes. So yeah, I definitely agree with Keeks that
for
was
me with that beef. I just honestly feel like that shouldn't have happened the way it did, because that interview was for State of the Culture. He had no reason to bring up the JBP at all. So I feel like at the end of the day, Charlemagne went into that interview with a motive to poke at Rory and Maul, and that's how it ended up the way that it did. Because at the end of the day, there was 3 other people there other than Joe. That included Remy Ma and whoever else is on State of the Culture. Like, you should have had questions for them. It shouldn't have been focused on Joe and his other shit that he had going on. He was there for Revolt because y'all are all signed to Revolt, and it should have stayed as a Revolt conversation. It shouldn't have branched off to what Joe had going on the side. And that's what happened.
True.
Fuck it, we ball.
I would just like to say I really enjoyed Charlamagne and Joe together. So
I enjoyed them too. I agree with you.
The year-end wrap up. I
like
the
the
year-end
wrap-ups. I really hope that whatever issues or problems it is gets fixed, and if it can't get fixed, we just move on from there. But I liked them together because I feel like they're one and the same. Like, I feel like they're the people that everyone in the hip-hop industry wants that stamp of approval from them, whether they want to admit it or not, whether they want to come at Joe, whether they want to come at Charlamagne. When people go to sit down at JBP, when they go to sit down at Breakfast Club, when they go to one of Joe's pull-ups, or even if Joe's just mentioning them on the pod, they want that stamp of approval because we always like to please the hardest critic. So I hope y'all can talk and fix things and shit, but if you can't, you can't. But I like both of them, so I'm gonna just shut up.
You're not cool to me. You're not tough to me. You're not the measuring stick of what street niggas listen to.
True that.
True that.
Shout out to Royce.
Yeah, shout out to Royce.
Okay, ladies, we have another trivia question. Hopefully you bitches get it fucking right. No aggression. What episode includes the name? So when they went from I'll Name This Podcast Later to the Joe Budden Podcast, what was the first episode when it was officially changed to the Joe Budden Podcast? The name of the episode. I feel like the answer is kind of in the multiple choice, so I'm going to be very disappointed in whoever gets this wrong. But I think that I'm gonna put myself on Kiara. I think Kiara gonna get it right. But A, damn, are we selling out? B, are we beefing? C, pause. Lysha.
A, are we selling out?
Kiara.
B. What was B again?
Are we beefing?
B.
Keeks.
I'm gonna say B as well. B.
French.
I'm gonna go with C. Damn.
Okay, Lysha is the only person who got it correct. Damn, are we?
You know
I thought that was too obvious. I thought that was too obvious.
I thought that was the title for when they got the contract for Spotify.
I literally said that the answer is in the title, and you bitches did not get
well. I came here to drink. I didn't came here to get shit correct.
Listen,
I came here to drink.
I'm not gonna hold you. I ain't even listened to the answer to the multiple choice. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay, Keeks, you just want to drink tonight. We get it.
Y'all have fun. I ain't taking no shot. Y'all kiss my ass.
Wow.
Lord
Don't
Jesus.
you want that for me? Don't you want me to get laid faster?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
we do.
So.
Ta-da!
So we've already expressed what we love about the pod, what we like, what we tune into, and why we listen in. So let's talk about the things that we don't necessarily like or enjoy. What do you guys have? What criticism do you have?
You can go first, Keeks.
Okay, so for me, I personally would like for them to be a little bit more fact-based on things, on certain topics, because at this point, the excuse of we're just podcasters, we're just friends, we're not journalists, it's not cutting it no more. Like, you guys have a large platform, so get it together. So that's my biggest criticism. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Nene.
I would like to say, oof, this is gonna get heavy, but my Apart from what Keeks said, yeah, that's one of my criticisms too, because it's been a lot of things that were very, very serious that they didn't really go fact-based, and I was just like, bruh, what if like this person's family member is listening? Like, what the fuck? Like, I really want them to be more fact-based and not be too defensive when people say, hey, you did that wrong. Like, it's nothing. I understand there's some people who like to just get their shit off and talk shit, just like Joe used to always say. There's people who see this pod's growing and they just want to pull it down. But there are some people who are listeners who support and love the guys and just want it to be like, just say the correct shit, because you never know who you could hurt and offend. You never know who your audience is. Also, I always tell my friends when they be like, why do you like the Joe Budden podcast? I always say, when I listen, I take my Black women ears off sometimes and just be listening to the toxic, to the comedy and shit. But there are some things as a Black woman that do offend me. That is said, I want more protect all Black women, not just Black women we find attractive or we're friends with or we have business dealings with. I want it all, because it's not all the time, to be bluntly honest. This is my opinion. There's some pick-me's who be like, oh, pick me. That's not the truth. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. There's some things that like turned me off. Like, I'll never forget, I tell like y'all all the time, like the Ari Lennox episode, I stopped listening to the pod maybe for like 3 episodes after that shit. That's how offended I was by that shit. So as a Black woman, I just want a little bit more protect all Black women. All, like heavy on the all in all capital letters, because it seems like it's only Black women who are deemed attractive, or Black women that they are deemed to have business dealings, or just come into play. I just want to see it for all, because I understand sometimes some people can make things like a sensitive topic, but some people do be having the right to be sensitive about an issue, especially when it's heavy topics. Because sometimes if we discuss things a certain type of way, we can dilute people's feelings and make it seem like people are tripping when they actually aren't, and they have reason to be mad. So I just want them just be a little bit more sensitive. And you can be more sensitive and still keep the toxicness and the funniness, but just be a little bit more sensitive. You know what I mean? But yeah, Lysha.
Oh, I can agree with you with the protect Black women thing, especially with the situation that's been going on with the midget and the stallion, and some of the takes on that, on that situation.
Gotcha.
Because I'm not finna say that nigga's name. I'm not giving that man no type of airtime on Nene's platform. I'm just not doing it. So I feel like once the original feelings came out about what happened with that situation, I feel like everybody kind of switched their shit but Maul. So
period. Maul was the only person, and I will forever love him for that shit, because one thing I can say, and I don't mean to cut Lysha off, if I have to say anybody on that fucking pod is always on the right type time when it comes to protect all Black women, it's Maul. I always feel protected. And
I can agree with that. I can totally agree with that.
Yep.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, because I felt the same way. I felt like he was the only one that was consistent with his type of stance and made it very clear. And go ahead, Lysha.
Go ahead, Lysha. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine, because we are very passionate about this topic. So I feel like, as far as protecting Black women, it should be all Black women and not just light-skinned women. I want to
light-skinned women that you're attracted to.
Put that out there like that. I do want I do want to see a consistency with the guys. And aside from all, everyone else kind of teeter-totters a lot.
Period.
But one thing with the pod that gets under my skin, and y'all know I talk about this shit all the time, is Maul touching his fucking mic. Y'all know I hate that shit. We can hear it in the audio. Like, just imagine, like, you trying to hear everybody else talking and you just hearing all of this all the fucking time. Like, stop, Maul, please, sweetheart. We can hear it. Stop touching the mic. Please don't adjust the stand. Don't move it. Don't touch the cord. Leave the fucking mic alone. It irritates my
Lysha for production. Please.
Yes.
It irritates my
Lysha said you better make shit easier for Parks. The fuck?
Like, it's been plenty of times where I've been watching the video and like he's fucking with the mic and then Parks has to lean over and adjust the shit for him. Ma, please, for the love of God, leave the mic alone. We can hear all that shit. It sounds like a bunch of quarters being dropped on the floor. Just fucking stop.
Lysha,
I'm dead.
I don't
I
mean
am
to
dead.
cut you off again, but I'll never forget. I forgot what episode it was that Maul was messing with his mic to the point where it started falling. All you see him goes, Parks. I don't know what's going on.
yes. That's the episode I'm talking about. And like the thing is, Joe don't say anything to Maul about that shit, but let Rory touch his fucking mic and Joe is cussing Rory the fuck out.
What are you doing, Rory? What are you
energy
doing?
for everybody.
What
Stop
buttons are you
touching that
touching?
goddamn mic.
Another thing I want to point out is it was this one time where Joe literally, like, when he gets excited and he throws his arms up like a kid, he hit the painting behind him. He hit it hard. And then it started almost falling on Rory, that he caught it and was like, Rory, I saved your life. I just want to say that you're the person who hit it, so you did not save his life. You're the one who started that shit.
Caused the shit.
Go
How
back and watch
convenient is
that
that?
shit.
Wow. How convenient is fucking
Go
that?
back and fucking watch that shit, and y'all will see Joe hit the painting that protect Rory from being hit on it and be like,
Yo,
yeah, I caught that.
I'm telling y'all, that is my biggest pet
That's
peeve with the
hilarious.
pod is Maul touching that fucking mic. And it happens every like other episode. If he don't do it on a Wednesday, he'll do that shit on a Saturday.
On
And it's like,
Saturday
my
for sure.
nigga,
It's just for you.
stop!
It's just for you. It's for Lysha.
I'm fucking dead.
That's hilarious.
That's it, Kiara.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Kiara.
I want to start
Go
off
ahead.
with something stupid first. My first criticism, it would be the YouTube. I feel like I actually do like when they used to do it 2 days after. I feel like it's just
Yes,
too
I missed
content
that.
in a day. Like it's just too much stuff.
Too much.
I do want to elaborate because we already had spoke about some of these things, and I guess we should give example of like maybe hypocrisies on the on the podcast. Like someone has said before, which is something that did bug me. Like when it comes to women revealing their sexual exploits, they're more like, hey, don't talk about that. Don't like, it's more like frowned upon. But then you have other people that you're cool with that sit there and do the same thing, and you kind of just shrug it off and don't say anything. So to me, is be consistent.
Mhm.
If you're not gonna be consistent with the person that's your friend, don't be consistent with that bitch that be sitting there. And I meant bitch in a nice way, but that bitch that sit there and want to talk about the like let
Comedy
that bitch,
style.
let that bitch breathe, just like you letting them niggas breathe. And I agree with all you guys. Sometimes I personally like I would say for me, but I understand that some people are not exactly like me. So for me, for some of the issues you guys had with like the way they're speaking to certain women and stuff, like sometimes for me, I would personally say like I don't really take anything. I take them like a TV show that's not real sometimes. Like they're just saying shit, but you're right, they have a big platform, so they should be more wise about the things you say, because they obviously believe things when they feel like, I'm assuming they saying like they talking like it's 1991 when sometimes they bleep out things. So it's like sometimes I don't mind if you avoid certain topics because some shit might come off wrong or whatever like that. Like you don't have to talk about everything if you feel like maybe some of the things you're gonna say is going to offend. And maybe because I think that some people think that protecting Black women means like oh, I gotta protect her. No, sometimes the things you say could be unprotective towards Black women. So I want that to be known too. Like, yeah, like you guys are joking or you guys are saying stuff. And I would like to say with the Tory thing, I do feel like a lot of them, like, you know, they backpedaled. And Maul I felt like only went there to clarify, like, if that's what he did, then I'm still in the same stance. And it felt like, and it's not just them, the world, it feels like the more stuff comes out, it's like people are backpedaling. To me, I just rather wait for information if I feel like I am questioning someone else, but I don't need to sit there and go on this public rampage of trying to put doubt on someone that is probably a victim. So for me, those are my little issues. It's hypocrisy when it comes, especially to some, like, we spoke about Brittany Renner with Colin Kaepernick. I know what type of time Colin Kaepernick, but we cannot sit there and act like that nigga wasn't dying and bopping like the rest of us. And we can't go, and then Young Berg comes out and does whatever he does, and then we're just gonna sit there and be like, ha ha ha, it's just Young Berg, he's stupid. And it's just like, no, have that same energy. Are you gonna be upset at him like you were with Brittany Renner, or you're gonna keep your mouth quiet and laugh it off? Like, I just want the same energy for male and female situations. Like, if you're gonna laugh at one, laugh at the other, and if you're gonna be mad at one, be mad at the other. That's all I'll say.
Period.
And you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
We want smoke.
Period.
French is a toxic ass bitch, so she don't have no complaints.
Okay, so the only thing that I do have complaints about, and I am a toxic ass bitch, like, I can admit that, like, even the really fucked up shit is funny as fuck to me. But it's maybe just because I've been around guys my whole life. I have 5 brothers. I grew up with 3 of them, with 2 of them. And basically, everything that a man can say to me, I've already heard it before, either from a brother, from a cousin, or from one of my guy friends. And it's just funny to me. But one thing I will say is basically one thing that the guys do is they go on there and sometimes they don't have the right information. So when, like, for example, the Danny Lay thing, which is really recent, they go on there and they're like, did you hear about what happened with Danny Lay? And of course, no, I don't expect them to take too much importance to what Danny Lay says, but Maul, the first thing that comes out of Maul's mouth is, oh, was that a tweet? Like, fam, this was on the Shade Room. This was on every big gossip and blog site. And I know you've seen it. You had to see it. It was trending on Twitter for 2 fucking days. You had to see it. So for Maul to sit there and go and record the more than 24 hours later and say, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Come on, man. Get that shit together.
What are you guys talking about? Didn't she apologize? Isn't she light skinned?
This is why. Well, no. And then I just want to say, just to bring it back to the beginning, this is why he cannot be my favorite. It's the lack of effort that he puts into actually, like, coming prepared.
They all be first of all, they all be putting lack of effort. The craziest thing I would like to say is the person who has the less social media presence, Parks, is the one who always know what the fuck going on.
And that's why it's Parks guys over here.
He always knows what's going on.
You just keep proving why Maul should have not even been on the list of Beyonce.
Right.
He is the Beyonce. No. First of all, please don't, because that's one thing we said. He always protects Black women and defends Black women, so he Beyonce off of that.
But you're a podcaster. Come prepared, because Trump, he said some bullshit Quran shit, and we were like, Parks had to check him and say, no, that's wrong. That's not true. He's like, no, I read that somewhere. Yeah, it's wrong. Wherever you're getting your facts from was wrong. And he just sat there clueless, and it's like he needs to come prepared for the podcast. Like,
look,
it's a job.
Very true.
Maul,
yeah,
but we can't just put that on Maul because all of them be on that shit. They all be acting confused.
They all act confused, but he is the king of confusion. He is the king of confusion.
No. They all do it except for Parks. He's the only person who gets off the hook. And Rory gets angry when people tell him that he didn't look this up. He always mentions, "Oh, y'all say we're not fact based on the pod." And then Joe be like, "Fuck it, I don't care." But they're all wrong except for Parks. That's why I said the person who has the least social media presence is always the one who knows what the fuck is going on. And he be waiting to say the shit too, but they all be wrong. It's not just Maul. I can't just let y'all put that on them because they be just talking in circles sometimes.
I do want to add on that in general.
Thank you.
Based on what you guys all said, honestly, I do feel like they need to hold accountable more of their, like, they just need to stop being, I don't know. I feel like sometimes they're a little bit pussy when it comes to holding their peers accountable. Yeah. Like, they're very quick, and you guys have touched upon this, that they're very quick to point something out or fault in someone else. But if they're close, or if, you know, they have a sort of connection, granted, we're not privy to everything that goes on behind the scenes. I just feel like there are many times where they have the opportunity to hold their peers accountable and they don't. So, you know, as I was listening to you guys talk about things that you guys have criticism on, I think like the Ari Lennox thing, like her, like Joe, I felt like he was so quick to bash her on responding to feedback that she received from people on Twitter. You know, her being upset about the Soul Train Awards, etc. I was just like, Joe, that's your steez. That's literally what you do. And I feel like you coming at Ari or being upset or being annoyed and just saying like, you know, you gotta relax. It's like, she's doing what you would have done in that circumstance. So
that's how Virgos roll, man. Hypocritical.
Exactly. So what Kiara was saying about hypocriticism and all that shit,
hypocritical.
I honestly agree with that, because it's just insane sometimes. I'm just like, but y'all didn't hold y'all man accountable, but now y'all over here getting mad at this person. Like, that's crazy to me.
Wait. They held their man accountable with giggles.
Right. Right.
Nah, that's not serious.
Right.
Somebody did this.
Well, guys, we gotta calm down. Stop being so sensitive.
Back to even niggas. That, even piggybacking off of that, sometimes I see that there's a lot of big stories on the blogs and stuff, and they don't even address them. So I feel like they have to acknowledge them. I know there's certain stories that they don't want to talk about. Of course, they don't want to talk about socialites and people that aren't really even famous. But some of the shit that used to be in the socialite shit used to be so funny that it used to bring context to the pod. Like just even Sway Lee's girlfriend beating him up. That's hilarious as fuck. When they broke that shit down, that was so fucking funny.
Toxic as hell.
Funny as hell. That was funny as fuck. So
it was toxic. I want to say funny, but it was toxic.
Well, you see, I'm a little bit like French, where like some of the toxic things they say, like because you see, if that was a woman beating up a man, like it wouldn't be funny, but. Like, so like for me, I try to be as unbiased as possible. And I do want to just shoot him a little bit and say like, that's why I say you should just avoid those type of topics that contradict yourself with your friends, because I kind of understand, like, you're going to protect your friend, or you're going to know your friend's going to be on some bullshit. Like when it comes to something like Young Berg, but it's just like, to me, just try to avoid it so you don't look like a hypocrite. So we won't be having this criticism, because I understand if you have a friend and they're in the media and then it comes up as a topic, I would say personally, just avoid it. Like avoid that shit, because then one day you saying something else, but when it's someone that you cool with, you got some other shit to say, or you gloss over it because it's someone you know. So That's all I got.
This is a story that will go down in the love and hip-hop history books. But what is the truth? What is a lie?
That's funny.
You playing around with French in these drops.
I can't.
I can't.
Lysha, take us home.
All right, y'all. So we're here at the last topic. So, what do we want to see for the future in the pod? Like, is there something that we want to see them bring back? Is it something that we want to see more of? That, you know, for me, I think that they should, well, and they have been kind of showing this, but I want them to stop holding back so much with the topics because of the relationships that they have with certain people. I want to see them be blunt. Like, y'all off of Spotify at this point. Be blunt, say what you mean what you say, and just be forward with it. I know Keeks is probably going to say this as well. I do want to see more lyrical breakdowns because those shits are fucking hilarious. Barbiana is probably my favorite one.
Yeah. You're going to have to give me Tapiana.
I like that.
You like Roughneck?
I like Tapiana.
That's an aggressive line.
I like Tapiana.
That's aggressive. You're going to have to give me.
Yeah, give me some Tapiana. I'm rolling. I'm on board so far.
No, we know.
Okay.
Hey.
Give me some Tapiana. I like.
Hey.
Why he keep, I just don't want you to touch me.
Hey.
Stop touching me.
Hey. Why you don't dance ever?
Don't touch me.
Dance.
Though. Oh, nigga, get off.
Oh, God.
Ganja burns, man.
Ganja burns.
OB, KD, Kyrie. Pick a K. Pick a K. Pick a K. Pick a K. Pick a K.
Ganja burn, ganja burn, ganja burn.
Oh, shit.
I definitely want to see that. Honestly,
I'm almost mad that it's on Tiger Records. I'm almost mad. Got points on this record?
Fam. That's important because y'all tell me one thing Tiger said in that song. Tell me one thing.
I don't know.
That's the fucking point. It don't.
Pocket.
And I'm glad you brought that up, French, because I didn't know that for the longest time that drop for Taste or whatever the fuck that Tiger song is called. I didn't know that was Joe. And my friend plays that on his stream a lot. And I didn't realize it was Joe for the longest time until I actually saw the clip. So I want more stuff like that because it brings us more funny moments. So I want them to go back to doing stuff like that to where, you know, everything is just not so, oh, we're covering pop culture, we're moving on, we're having our side conversations. Like, I want it to be more comedy for the listeners. And that's just something I want to see in the future. And let loose more. Maul, shake that shit off. Y'all not on Spotify no more. Be yourself. Let that shit out. Let us know how many hoes you got, bro. Like, let that shit loose. Let it run crazy.
I
like,
wanna
talk
know.
your shit.
I want to know.
So, Nene,
You got a lot.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see?
I want them to keep going. Like, I really want y'all to keep going. Y'all entertain me. Y'all bring me peace, love, laughter. I love seeing you toxic ass, grown ass men sit on them damn couches. I want to say in the future, when they go to Park's new spot, I want more comfortable seats for Joe and Rory. Y'all be looking uncomfortable as fuck. No, Maul says he's comfortable.
No, I am on a stool, and I can tell you my back hurts like hell.
Yeah, but Maul said
that couch looked like it hurt.
Yeah, Maul said he's comfortable.
Yeah, that couch is horrible.
Yeah, Maul said he'd be comfortable. So I want more comfortable seats for Joe. I want whatever lights that they use that has my man's Joseph sweating the way he be sweating. Get rid of them. Get a fucking ring light if y'all motherfucking have to, because I'm tired of seeing this nigga
No. Nene, I can tell you right now, regardless of what lights they use, it's gonna be hot. I got 3 lights on me right now, plus 1 behind me. If I didn't have this little mini fan in front of me, bitch, y'all see me sweating. So it doesn't matter. it does not matter.
Yeah.
He's gonna sweat
Especially
regardless, and
with
he's
liquor.
bald, so he's gonna fucking sweat.
Not so bald.
Anyways, I would like I want the poem back. I love the poem. I need you to. I want the poem. That was
a
epic.
caption. I used it as a caption for one of my pictures on Instagram one time, and people kept asking me why would I write that, but it was from the JBP.
Yes, I want the poem on. I want Parks on camera, even though I don't know if he can be, but I want him on camera, sitting in view and like talking more, and not just giving like giving opinions after everyone starts talking.
I feel like he doesn't show his knee off anymore.
Yeah, I also don't think that he's comfortable much on camera, because I was watching the wrap up, and every time, like, I was literally staring at Parks, and I feel like his way of coping with being on camera was him like constantly grabbing his knees and rocking back and forth. So him not being on camera is more for his comfort zone, because they definitely have a camera that's angled at Parks. They choose not to use it, because when Rory wasn't there, they definitely had a camera pointed at his face for like 2 seconds, and then when him and Joe switched, they had the camera on Joe. So there is the camera always pointing at Parks. They just don't use it because I don't feel like he's comfortable being on camera.
Okay, well, Parks, if you're not comfortable being on camera, I'm sorry.
Then don't be.
But yeah,
Don't be. We support you,
I want
King.
more Parks. I want more Parks on camera. Joe, keep being hilarious. Mom, drop the skincare routine. Rory, keep with your side jokes. I laugh at them. Parks, keep knowing everything and letting these niggas know that even though you don't have the biggest social media presence, you know what the fuck's going on better than they do. But yes, keep going. That's all I have to say. Kiara?
What I would like to see in the future is, like, I do understand that growth, you're not going to be the same, but I do like, I like the stories. I like the breakdowns. I do love, you guys said you guys like, you know, the Nicki stuff. My favorite one was Get Up 10. Him breaking down the song that did not need to be broken down was fucking great.
With bitches in the shape.
Huh?
That's
a
what
waist
a
trainer,
waist
Mom.
You gon' run up on who and do what? I think I got the stories.
You gonna run up on who, bitch?
And do what?
Huh?
I'm the one that's killing shit, hands down. If you
Oh,
got
yeah.
a problem with me, say it now. Cause I don't wanna hear no sneak dissing.
Oh, yes. I don't want to hear no sneak dissing.
Foreshadowing to another conversation today.
Especially not from none of you weak hoes. Nope.
Yeah.
I love that energy that they used to have, because I feel like when you don't have anything, you kind of like, you're just really just going all for it. And now that they're starting to, which I do understand growth, but I'm gonna need you to, like, you got the Joe Budden network, bring some new young boys that's cool and it's just gonna be reckless, like take over the young, crazy, no censor type of talk of men, because I do feel like you guys are getting mature, and maybe you're not gonna ever do that again, but I just want it to be known that I love
They're not
that.
getting mature.
They're not mature, but
They're not.
but even now, like, they are bleeping way more than they used to. Like, they be telling the whole story and bleeping 20 lines, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are just laughing, and I don't know why you're laughing. So it could sometimes feel like, I get it. Like, I feel like they're still a little the same, but they obviously grown up, and they obviously don't want things that they say to affect their bag either. But that's what I would like to see more of. I enjoy all the things that made me love them, which was just the crazy stories, more cartoons, and can you do them faster, because they're not even that long, and you put them up in parts and they 3 minutes each, and it's like I gotta wait months apart for each of these. So I would love to see more of the cartoon stuff too. That was great. Just whatever you got to give, because it's been a while since I think they put up a cartoon. But yeah, I want some of the old things. I understand we can't get it exactly, but I'm a little upset about the bleeping It's been a lot lately, and it's not as fun as it used to be. I feel like an outcast now. Like before, it was a friend of the show. Now I feel like an outcast of the show. So yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I can say I'm not a part of the team of people who think that they suck now or whatever. I still love it. And if you're saying something offensive towards like Black women, keep it bleeped. Next.
No, I think,
and I know that's what Kiara means. I know that's what Kiara meant.
No, I'm well, they could have bleep it, but I'm saying more like I feel like they're bleeping like stories because they don't want to reveal people's names, but they're also bleeping. I think they're also bleeping the story because sometimes I'd be like, I don't even understand what you guys are talking about. It's just like, if you're gonna be toxic, I'm here for it, and they're not gonna cancel you because I came here to listen to the funny story of whoever you were talking about. So sometimes it feels like it's an inside joke,
but then again, can we say that? Because then it would be them dirty macking like Hitmaker.
Oh, that's no, some of the things I understand. But it's like you still said it though. Why would you say it on this podcast where you're not even editing it out? Like sometimes they edit out a whole part because they talked about something they should have not talked about. Edit it out. Don't bleep shit to me. Don't bleep because now I'm nosy. I'm mad that I don't know what's happening. And I feel like not a friend of the show anymore. I feel like the girl that's next door.
An outcast.
An outcast. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, what I would like to see in the future, seeing as the network has two other podcasts now, I would like for them to do a little panel or something of some sort, or maybe like swap for a day. I don't know, like switch it up. I would like to see that. And I think somebody else mentioned it earlier that I would personally like more lyrical breakdowns. Just because I think they're a little bit more spread out, but that's just me. I enjoy the lyrical breakdowns. I like when they're just being goofy as fuck with it. Just because I like to be goofy too. So I would really enjoy that. So that's what I would like to see in the future.
Frenchie?
What I would like to see in the future is definitely more live shows. I enjoyed the live shows a lot. It's a lot of interaction. It's funny. It's just, you get to see them in person. It's a different feeling. Also, probably more lyrical breakdowns as well and more interviews. I love the interviews. You guys keep mentioning the Pusha T one. Pusha T, please bring Pusha T the fuck back. Like,
yes.
Try to sign him. Like, let's try to sign him. Like, we
and
need
be
a
messy.
Yes,
do
let's
the Drake
be messy
interview
all the time. All the time.
Do the Pusha interview on the same day. So them niggas can see each other.
That is messy as fuck.
That is so fucking messy.
Very.
But JBP, if y'all listening, bring the lyrical breakdowns back. We miss them. Okay? We really do. Because everybody said that shit. But I have another trivia question for you guys. Hopefully, I feel like this one is the easiest question of them all. We're recording this on January 30th. So, what was the name of today's episode?
Bitch.
I listened to it and I don't know.
I'm like 50 minutes in, but I was washing dishes. Like, what?
Can I say the choices? This is gonna test y'all JBP knowledge. A, Good Morning. B, Power of Numbers. Or C, Vogue.
I hate this bitch so fucking much.
Lysha,
I got it.
Lysha, go ahead.
The answer is B, Power of Numbers.
Kiara?
B.
French?
B.
Keeks?
power of numbers.
Y'all are cheaters because y'all cheated, so y'all all have to fucking drink. I saw y'all looking.
I didn't.
Listen,
You have no
I
proof
took
that
a
my
little
phone
break.
is anywhere near me. You have no proof.
I just believed in the power of Lysha.
These are
and
my notes.
I believed in the power of Lysha.
And listen, I told you, the podcast is still up on my TV. If I really wanted to cheat, I would have did like this.
I definitely cheated.
You fucking dumb bitches. Well,
we
listeners.
should all just take a shot anyway.
Yeah,
fuck it.
I don't
Let's
really
go.
ever remember the title.
Wait, Nene just drink. Oh
Nene,
my God. Y'all just won't do this.
You gotta wait for us.
I'm like,
cheers.
Jesus
Salud.
Christ.
Y'all be moving too slow for me.
You don't give us a chance.
I'm like,
I don't
let's
like the
wait
little-
for Keeks.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but so guys,
Mine is literally nothing but Hennessy and a splash of juice. Like,
I don't have juice. I'm not a pussy. But yes, if you
I'm a
enjoyed
pussy
today,
because I have a lot to do tonight. But pussy, sure.
if you enjoyed this episode, please let us know in the comments. Interact with us. If you want a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, you let us bitches know. We are here to give it to you. It is the pandemic and bitches don't got shit to do. But this episode is dedicated once again to the best podcast in the fucking world. Even though we gave our criticisms, we started with love and we're ending with fucking love. We love you guys. Joe, Maul, Rory, Parks, Erickson, Savon, Alex, Rem, you're laughing, the kitchen, everybody included.
Ian popping up
Ian,
just when the celebrities come through. We
Facts.
appreciate him too. He only comes when the big guys come.
Thank you for giving us laughter. Thank you for giving us a podcast that we can tune into every week and be excited for the drops and get on Twitter and talk to the point where we can make friends just based off of fucking with the pod. We honestly appreciate y'all and keep doing what y'all doing. And yeah,
shout out to Javi, who's hidden behind here and is gonna make
Javi.
This is for you.
Javi is our Savon. He's hidden, editing this shit, getting ready. But
Javi's production.
But yeah.
Do we have anything else that we want to share? Like, I feel like we were kind of safe.
No, this is the girls who love the JBP and French.
Comes
On
up
that
fire, here's the
note,
throw to the plate, and he is safe at the plate. We
Yes.
have a challenge.
we're saved. French, let us out.
No, you're safe. That was for you.
Ooh. So do we have anything else, or can I wrap it the fuck up and drink the rest of this cup?
Wrap it the fuck up, bitch.
Wrap it the fuck up. I'm gonna finish this little ass bottle of Douce. Let's wrap it. Hit it, Jack.
To the JBP. Hold on. Corny bitches.